That day, I was just tired. Got on to check my emails, and then Anna, she was listening to the weather. She's like, "Is this something we should worry about?" I'm like, "No." We get it just all the time. It just means we need to be careful, watch out. There could be a tornado. And then the power went out.
A tornado was on the way. National Weather Service issued a tornado warning just after 4 p.m. on Wednesday, November 30th. Then a tornado touched down in Simpsonville around 4:55, packing winds at 110 miles per hour, bringing down trees and damaging entire neighborhoods. Maggie, a teacher and mom of 3, recounts the scary moments leading up to the hit.
Then I started hearing the whistle of the wind, and I thought, I think we might need to get in the bathroom. And so the 3 of us went in the bathroom, and then I realized, okay, it's pitch dark. My 4-year-old is like kind of nervous. Right as I was closing the door, I heard a big crash in the living room, and we just huddled over the baby.
The tornado went right by her home in Simpsonville, picking up porch furniture, breaking windows, and scattering debris. Once things quieted down, she left their safe place to take a look at the damage.
Looked up out the back door, and I think that's kind of when shock set in. I was just like, oh, my goodness.
While assessing the damage, Maggie looked up and saw her daughter's window blown in. When they got up to her room, the scene was unsettling.
There was glass all over her bed, leaves, it was wet. It was just a mess. And I started getting a little emotional then because I realized that she would have been there. I would have had time to call her and say, "You need to come down." And she probably wouldn't have heard me. I'm just so thankful.
Maggie's story really drives home the importance of being on the lowest floor of your home when a tornado is threatening. You want to always stay away from windows to avoid flying debris and glass. The most interior room is best because it puts as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A hallway, bathroom, or closet are often good choices. You want to abandon mobile homes and protect your head. Many lives have been saved during tornadoes by people wearing helmets as well. However, during the Simpsonville tornado, there were a lot of kids still in school for sports or after-school programs. Maggie's son Justin remembers the sounds he heard that day while hunkering down at Woodmont High School with the wrestling team.
Well, as soon as I started hearing the rocks or whatever, I thought it was just like maybe branches just hitting the tree or whatever, but then it really started pelting the windows, and then at that moment, like, I knew that something was going down. And so we all just went out to the hallway.
And I'm standing where many of the students were brought during that tornado warning at Woodmont High School. It's the lowest floor. It's basically a basement hallway that's been built into the ground. A lot of kids were actually brought into these internal classrooms so that we could put as many walls between the outside and the students as possible to keep them safe. The tornado went right by Woodmont High, damaging the tennis courts and greenhouse area. Principal Daryl Imperati told us that even though the school had dismissed for the day, there was a plan in place for after-school programs and sports.
Students that were outdoors were immediately brought indoors. Students that were indoors already were instructed to go to the safe spots. We did that by radio and by public address announcements. Within 2 or 3 minutes, everybody was safe and secure. That was our #1 priority, is to protect the children in our care. You know, people put a lot of faith and trust in us. It's a moral responsibility for me to make sure that we protect them the best that we possibly can.
Parents were still on edge and wanted to go pick up their kids as soon as there was dangerous weather looming. However, in situations like a tornado warning, that isn't the best choice.
We had the principals send messages to parents of the after-school students. At that point, we were encouraging parents to stay home until the weather passed. If they hadn't already begun the process to come to the school, if they were there, we wanted them inside. If they were still at home, stay home, shelter in place, and trust us to take care of the kids.
All the while, many of you were on the road home from work or even stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. If this happens, always use the Fox Carolina weather app or tune to our Facebook Live, because we will be streaming coverage so you can listen in your car. If you know the tornado is coming towards you, be sure to drive to a sturdy structure, or if there isn't time for that, abandon your car for a low-lying area like a ditch. ditch. Never seek shelter under a bridge or overpass because winds can actually be stronger there and you are vulnerable to flying debris. We're here for you every step of the way to make sure you're prepared for the storm and informed as it's moving through. It is so important to heed the warnings and pay attention to forecasts for severe weather in advance so you aren't caught off guard.
I always thought about having being prepared for a fire. What do we do? Where do you go out? Where are we going to meet? But I never really had a plan for a tornado. And so I was just on edge for a while. I'm hoping it won't be like that forever, but I think it might take a little while.